vehicle follow-up sheet. Open it, we have this view, and here at the top we have the add-ins menu. These are the standard Excel menus, and then we have an extra menu on top, a tab, which on the first line we have the language options, so we can change from English to Arabic to French for the labels only, without affecting the data. We have the standard function of Excel, save, save as, and print, the zoom, and at the second line we have the month, so this replaces the different tabs that we had in the old follow-up sheet, and the overview. And here we have the option to export the fuel data in a TXT for copy-pasting somewhere. Here we start with the data. Let me switch to English. Here we start with the setup data, like project name and everything. So in our case, the project is Amsterdam. The year is 2017. The starting data. The local currency is euro, and the exchange rate of euro to euro is 1. The fuel price of petrol is 1.67, let's say. Diesel is 1.45. 1.45. The two-stroke EV difference is 1.34, and the jet one is 1.78. So now all this data are stored and can be used for our calculations. You see the project name comes here on the top, and the month and the year come here. Now, starting to entering videos, I close this tab, starting to entering vehicles. We start with this vehicle from the top. We select the type, it's a vehicle. The ID is, let's say, mobile 48, let's say. Expiration date of the insurance is 1st of January 2018, and the license is 1st of January 2016. You see here there's a pop-up message that says expired. So it warns us, this warning message expires at warns us that one of the documents expired. If we change to a proper date for the license, then this says that no, there's no document to be expired. The third cell is for specific requests, specific papers, permission. So we leave it empty. Now, because we are in January, we are allowed to enter the starting kilometers at the beginning, at the 1st of January, which is, let's say, 3,000 kilometers in our case. And at the end, we see that we have done 4,560. So we get the kilometers done and the average. Since it's 1 month, the total is the same with the average. Fuel consumption. We choose the fuel type, which is diesel, and then the quantity is 23 liters, let's say. So we get the consumption. Okay, a bit optimistic, but anyway. Then we go to maintenance. The recommended service interval is 5,000 kilometers. If we leave it as it is, then all the calculations will take place based on the 5,000 kilometers. If we say that we change it because of severe conditions and put 3,000, then this is going to be, we enter it there, and this is going to be taken into consideration for the next service calculation. So if we say that here, this month in January, we did a A1 service, and we did it at 3,100 kilometers, just at the beginning of the month, then we get a recommendation for the next service to be 6,100 kilometers, and a recommendation of what's the next service. The service structure is the ABAC. We just name it A1 and A2 to distinguish between the two A's. So the A1 is the first one before the B, and the A2 is the A service in between the B and C services. If we did a repair, we enter the kilometers here, some kind of, let's say, major repair. The cost of the maintenance was 34 euros. The cost of the A1 service was 34 euros, let's say. And here we put the annual, the per year price of the insurance, which might be 800 euros, and the per year price of the road tax, 400 euros, let's say. Now, this is the data entry. That's it. From now, at the bottom, we also see the overviews, and this is the overview of the kilometers. We have one vehicle, and these are the kilometers that has been done. The services, we have one vehicle, and one service was done, and this is the cost. And here we have the breakdown of fuel per type of fuel and per group of engines. let's say, not only vehicles. And the last overview is the overview of insurance and costs, administration costs per group. So here we have one vehicle, and this is the one we entered before. If we add another vehicle, and this is the mobile 49, insurance is, let's say, that are the same, and the expiry dates of all the paperwork. The starting kilometers is 45,000, and the end kilometers at the end of the month 60,000. This also consumes diesel, and we did 200 liters, so the consumption is also very low, which is very optimistic. The service interval for this one is 5,000. We didn't change it because this does only, let's say, city movements, so we changed it. And we did a B service on this one at 55, at 56, let's say 54,000 kilometers. Let's see what happened. Okay, so now it says that we require service because we are at 60,000 at the moment. The service interval is 5,000. The last service was 54. So that means that at 55 we should have done a service. So here we get a recommendation that we need, yes, we need to do a service as soon as possible. If we change it to, let's say, 58, it says almost. We are closing there. So it kind of prepares. And the next service is an A2 service at 63,000 kilometers. Now the service that we did, the B service, costed 80 euros. The insurance is 800 euros as the previous one, and the road tax is the same, or maybe it's a bit different. Let's play around with a few numbers. So now if we go to the overviews, we get, of course, the cost here. If we go to the overview, you see that we have two vehicles. The total kilometers for this month of those two vehicles was this one, and on average these vehicles, they do 8,280 kilometers. The total cost of these vehicles for the maintenance was this, and the diesel consumption was 2 to 3 liters in total, and the cost based on the price that we put initially is this one. If quickly, just to demonstrate the differences, if we add another vehicle, mobile 50, same data, just to quickly, and then this is 30,000 kilometers, and it finishes at 33,000 kilometers, but this time it's a petrol, it's a city car, let's say, and the quantity that we put is 70 liters. The service interval is also 5,000, so it doesn't change. We didn't do any service, so probably a service is required here. And we say that we didn't do any maintenance, but the cost price of per year of the insurance is 500, and the road tax is 200. Now going to the overviews, we see that we have three vehicles. Total kilometers is this one. The average is this one. Two services were done since we left this one empty. Two services were done, this is the cost. But then here we have a breakdown of the quantity of fuel per type. So this is the petrol consumption, is the mobile 50 consumption, and this is the diesel. And here we have an overview of all the costs, the annual costs that we have for our vehicles. If we add a generator or a motorboat, but let's say a generator, the color changes. Gen 1, we don't have any of those here. So the generator has 45,000 hours and finishes at 60,000 hours. It consumes diesel, and the fuel that consumes is 400 liters. Now, the generator, the recommended service is 100 hours, but let's say because we change it, it's 300 hours, and we do the same service at 59,000 hours. Then it says that the next one is at 59,300 it's already over, and we should do a B service to this generator. Going to the breakdown, to the overview, we see here that we have the vehicles before, we have one generator, and then here we have the amount of diesel for this type, for this group of engines, of this generator. So here we get an overview per group and per type of fuel.